And welcome to another episode of Experts Speak. I'm Michael DeLon. Today I am talking with Armando Leduc. Armando,
Hello.
thank you for being here today, sir.
I respect you very much, and I'm humbled that you asked me to be on your show.
Oh, brother. So I met Armando a few months ago at a conference, and we got just kind of clicked like we were two brothers built in the same pea pod, right? We instantly connected. And sometimes you have that going on, and you're like, wow, we got to talk. And so we've been talking about all kinds of things. And Armando, I love the name of your company. First of all, it's Leduc Entertainment. And you've got a background with that, but you do a whole lot more with helping business owners market themselves through amazing video, through social and everything. So I want to dive into that, but as we get there and take a jump off the high dive, how in the world did you get doing what you do today?
Well, I love telling this story because I was 18 and I had just heard from my counselor that Armando, you're really not going anywhere with your life. You probably should learn a trade really quickly because you're not college material. And I was like, all right, sounds good. And then a
Right.
friend of mine, I know, I was like, appreciate it, got me off of a bus. I was heading home, and he said, you should audition for Grease. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to do it. But he convinced me, took about 10 minutes, got off the bus, shaking, nervous, auditioned, got the lead. I was Danny Zuko in Grease.
No way.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And then like that just opened up this whole new world for me. I joined a barbershop quartet, and like I was doing musical theater now, and and it was just I loved it so much. Met a agent, a talent agent. They picked me up, got a agent in Atlanta. They sent me on an audition to New Orleans, and in 2005 I decided I wanted to move to New Orleans as a stepping stone to LA because there was movies being shot in New Orleans because of tax credits, and lived in New Orleans, and have worked on 50 different television and film projects, from Green Lantern to Prison Break to Queen Sugar, NCIS, all of these different projects, and was learning as I'm watching. I'm not just paying attention to being an actor. I was paying attention to, like, how are they lighting? Why are they choosing this shot? Why are they? What is So I'm even when the other actors are sort of in their dressing rooms, I'm still on set, just asking questions from the DP, asking questions from the camera guy. Why is he choosing this lens instead of that lens? And listening to the directors and watching how everything was put together. And then I started doing my own creative content, doing short films. And then I produced a few independent films, won some awards. And I said, why can't I do this, for money? Because I trying to make it in the film business is a long process. And it's an expensive process as you're going through the ranks. So I started corporate work in 2012 and was doing everything from weddings to commercials, music videos, acting reels, the whole nine. And then wasn't until 3 years ago where a friend of mine from high school, all comes full circle, right? From high school,
It does.
invites me to New Atlanta to shoot like a ton of content for him. He runs a company called Bader Scott. It's a personal injury firm in Atlanta, super successful, and started a company called 8 Figure Firm, where he was teaching other attorneys how to scale their businesses to 8 figures. Saw how he was doing that, started getting mentorship from him, saw my business grow as a result of content marketing, and saw how content marketing was scaling all of these other law firms. And just 3 years in, my business, we 20x'd this business in a very short period of time, and I saw it happen for other businesses, and I'm like, this is the way.
Yeah.
So,
This is the way. Sounds like the Mandalorian. I love it.
yeah, the Mandalorian.
This is the way. So let's unpack this, because some of my audience is out there scratching their head going, content marketing, yeah, social media, I get it, blah, 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 right? Talk about the difference. What are you talking about when you bring on a client? Let's give them a picture, because you've got this entertainment background. This is video on steroids. It's story based, and it
Mhm.
connects with their audience. Talk a little bit about that to separate it from just all of the blah 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 Charlie Brown teachers junk that's out there. You do something totally different.
Yeah. So what we like to do is a volume of content, but a variety of different content. Social media, if you don't have intention behind what it is that you're doing, you're going to fail very quickly and you'll burn out very quickly, right? Because I think a lot of people, they come to social media and they're like, we just got to post, and we're going to post and stay consistent. And if you're not creating, if you're not thinking about the development aspect before you start creating the content, then the output is going to be bad. It's not going to resonate. It's not going to. What is the purpose of the content? And so what we do, because of our film background, is we approach our all of our clients with our 5-step approach, which is the development of the content. This is like when you're writing a screenplay. Before you write the screenplay, who's the target audience? Is it a horror movie? Is it a romantic comedy? What are we doing, right? And then you figure that out first. And for businesses, it's your brand, it's your target market, it's all of that stuff, right? We develop the content first, then we roll into pre-production. And pre-production is, what are the topics, right, that we're talking about? What are the different types of ways we're telling those stories? So for instance, if you're in personal injury, we're not saying anything new, right? Personal injury is personal injury. It's the same over and over and over again. It's the law. The law is the law, right? What the difference is and what makes us unique is our experiences, right? Like the way Armando grew up, that is how it's different, right? And so we're leaning into that. So we're trying to figure out, okay, what makes Michael DeLon different? Right? And so we take that, we figure out what the target market is, and then we start creating topics according to Michael DeLon's experience and the lens in which he views the world. Because we don't just want to post personal injury content. We want to post personal injury content, but then what else? Does Michael DeLon love food? Great, foodie stuff. Does he like to travel? Great, travel stuff. Does he like family? Great, family stuff. There's so many different aspects to Michael DeLon that we can talk about. And let's focus on the 3, and we call them content pillars. 3 content pillars, so that we don't get crazy, because when somebody comes to Michael DeLon's page, they want to get information on a consistent basis that they know they're going to get from you, right? So for instance, we're going to the Oxygen network to get Oxygen content, right? You're going to Bravo to get Bravo content, right? Bravo is, you're going to get a lot of reality shows, Peacock, you're probably going to get, more action stuff, the Hallmark Channel, you're going to get feel good stuff. So it is the same thing. We're just doing it on a micro level, right? And so we're trying to treat your social media like it's a network, so that when people come, they're getting what they want. Right? And so we're building authority by you answering questions within your niche, but then we're also putting in other things about where do you like to eat? Where do you like to shop? What are your 5 favorite things? Different things like that. Trending reels or something that's really fun, right? So it shows your human side, shows some more fun stuff. You're entertaining. And so these are the things that we think about in our development and pre-production phase, right? So that when we get to production, we take one day and we'll fly out to you, and we will create anywhere from 80 to 150 pieces of content in one day. And I say that, and people are like, wait, what? What are you saying? It's super easy. We've got it down to a science. We've figured it out. We've been doing it a long time. We edit over 400 videos a month. So it's run of the mill at this point. So we figured out. So we get there, we do that. We roll into post-production. So our editors get the brand Bible from each client, fonts, colors, feels, whatever it is. And then they edit according to our client's brand, right? We send it to the client for their approval. And then we either give it to their marketing team for them to distribute the content, or we in-house can also distribute the content. We have social media managers that can distribute the content, and we rinse and repeat on a monthly basis. And that's what we do in a nutshell.
Wow. So you actually, yeah, I love, because you're doing a similarly to how we approach creating a book, right? You've got to get the idea, the uniqueness. I love your story of coming off the bus, all of that being in Greece, because that's what sets Armando apart. And there may be 50 companies that do what you do, probably not. But it's you that is the lifeblood. That's you that I resonate with, right? And
Right.
that's what I is attracting me to you. It's what attracts people to every business. Every business owner has a story, interest, and too many times they're just A, scared to tell it, and B, they don't know how to do it because, good golly, I don't have the right camera, or the lighting's bad. You don't deal with, the client doesn't deal with any of that. That's you guys, right? You're just coming in saying, here's what we need.
100%. I love to, as a CEO myself, I think a lot of a mistake that a lot of marketing professionals make is leaving it in the hands of the client and putting all of the questions on the client. And I'm like, why are you guys doing that? If you guys understand what it is that you're providing, the client has the pain points. They just handle it all until they go, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. It's easier for them to tell you what they don't like than for you to ask them what they want, because they don't know what they want. So provide them all of this information, and then they'll go, I like that. I don't like this. Boom, boom, boom. So it's a lot easier for them to edit something than it is for them to create it on their own. And if marketing professionals catch on to that, that'll be a fantastic day.
Absolutely will. Yeah. So let's talk about so you come out, you shoot everything in one day on site, wherever I live. You fly out, you and your team, you shoot everything. Now you come back, you post produce it. What are some of the deliverables? Where do these videos go?
So we focus on organic social, but every month we put together an ad. They say 80% of your content should be value build, entertaining, answering questions, setting you up as an authority, and then 20% should be direct ask, right? Saying, hey, this is what we do. If you need help in this department, hit us up, So we always like to put an ad together. And then the rest it's just organic content. So it could be podcasting, could be Q&A, could be micro scripts, could be history of, could be top 5 lists, so we have endless list of how we can create topics.
Yeah.
And then we put it on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. Email marketing is huge. I think people totally forget about that aspect. I think a lot of people treat their email marketing like it's a newsletter, and nobody wants to hear a newsletter. Like, nobody cares about that. So treat your email list like it's a social media platform. Entertain them.
Absolutely.
Get them inspired,
Yeah. We're big. We do daily emails, and I preach doing emails the right way. Now, and we're all text based, right? Because we tell stories, but you add a video or a link to a video into an email. Now I'm engaged. You've got a great video that's attached to one of your emails. Do a video or something, shoot a video or something. I just laughed. I thought, that is so good, because it just humanized everything. And it's like, okay, it's got a beat to it, it's got a rhythm, and it made me like you. I'm like, why don't people do that? Whether you're a financial advisor, an attorney, a car repair shop, it don't matter. You've got a story to tell, and Armando and his team can just bring it to life. What about, think about this. Good golly, if you're a financial advisor, a doctor, chiropractor, you got all this stuff. Somebody walks into your office and there's a 10-minute wait before you get your back cracked or whatever. What about the videos that are on the TV screen in your studio, right? Seeing all of this stuff that's really wicked cool. Guess what? People are going to leave that feeling better because you just helped them, but they're also going to be telling their buddies and their friends about it. You'll never guess what's at my chiropractor.
That's genius, and I'm writing it down right now. Have videos playing.
It is.
No, for sure.
Why not? Because you want them. It's either that or read Money Magazine. Come on.
Right, nobody wants to do that.
Nobody wants to do it. I want to be entertained. That's why you need to go to Leduc Entertainment to understand how to really, really take your business, your brand, to an all new level in a way that is it's category of one marketing. Because I guarantee your competitors aren't doing it.
Yeah. And luckily they're not.
Well, it is, because here's the deal, and you know it as well as I do. Business owners are fighting the same social media battle, trying to buy leads, just like their competitors are doing, from the same vendors who are all saying the same thing. It is time, folks, to do something different.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, this really isn't different. This is old school. We've been watching movies for decades.
Yeah.
And that's really what you do. And I read on one of your websites or something, your business is a movie.
Yeah.
I thought that is so good.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, stories, Socrates would sit or stand in a pulpit and speak stories. Like, I mean, that's how we communicate. That's how we remember. That's how we feel. Man, our nanny had to put her dog down yesterday, right? And what an amazing post this morning. And I'm like at the airport because I'm on my way to Atlanta, and I'm sitting there reading the story of her dog, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, stories impact.
Well, yeah, they I like to say stories capture our attention, they cause us to remember, and they compel us to take action.
Hallelujah.
It is right there, and that's why we go to Star Wars or Rocky or whatever movie you like, Disney princesses. I mean, good golly. And you can do the exact same thing with your business, because really, as a business owner, you are a lot more interesting than you give yourself credit for.
Yeah.
The challenge is you're not going to see it. You need an outside perspective from Armando, who comes from this vast background of the entertainment world, and can put you in the right light and do things with you and your story that you'll sit back and go, wow. And that's exactly what your audience is going to do, because social media marketing is a relationship. It's just different channels. But
it
when
really
they say,
is.
Talk a little bit about the consistency factor and how important it is not to just do 1 or 2 videos and be done. No. There's a consistency here. And one of the reasons why you shoot so much video, but the rinse and repeat factor of longevity of showing up consistently. Talk about the importance of that from a marketing perspective.
I love that you brought that up. Consistency is key. I tell that to everybody. This is the long organic posting is the long game. It is not something that, although you can get ROI pretty quickly because people are going to start seeing you and they'll, you'll start getting business. However, the credibility and trust factor is the biggest thing when it comes to closing a deal, right? Like sales. If you're a family law attorney and I don't know who to go to, and I've seen your posts, I'm going to trust you because I see your face and you've been out there for a long time. And that length of time that people see you really just creates this household name, right? We all feel like we know The Rock. We all feel like we know Sylvester Stallone. We all feel like we know Kevin Hart because we've never met them in person, but we see them all the time, right? And so that just consistency of seeing this person all the time makes that person feel like family, makes that person feel like they are trustworthy. And that trustworthiness, just really translates into just deeper relationships, more revenue, more sales, more growth, right? And it's just an easy way, in my opinion, to get better at your messaging while you're doing the content. I think a lot of people want to get perfect before they create the content and want to create those viral videos, and that's just not how it works. You create the viral videos, and the law of averages states that if you do it long enough, one of those videos is going to hit. And when one of those videos hits, that's when things change. And then what's funny is I'm now seeing I'm about 103 podcasts in from my own podcast. I am now only starting to see a huge jump in numbers because people are now looking at other episodes
Yeah.
that I shot like a year ago. Like you might do a video today that may not hit for another 3-4 years. And all of a sudden, now they're consuming all of your stuff. And you'd be like, hey guys, I've been here for years.
That's right.
You're just finding out about me.
But they weren't ready. So here's one of my marketing principles, right? I want to be the first person you think of and the one you feel the best about when you are ready to make a buying decision. That is long tail marketing. And the beautiful thing about what you do is it's really easy to find you, because if you're only doing it through little posts or just even email marketing, it's hard to find that message. But when Armando comes in and cuts all this video and puts that on all these social media platforms, it's easy, whether they're on TikTok or LinkedIn or Instagram or YouTube or whatever, to just Google it and find, wow, what happened? And that's the other aspect that he's not talking here. Is you put all this out with all of the Google SEO and all that stuff. You go to Google, type in your name after you got Armando working with you. Guess what? You're not just on page 1. You're on page 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Because nobody else is doing it, and you just organically dominate. What does that do in the mind of your audience? It says credibility, trust. This is the person I need to work with.
Can you come everywhere with me? Can you just follow me everywhere? Gee whiz. Michael DeLon, yes.
It is. It's just, I'm obviously passionate about what you do because it's so needed and so different, and it just really is transformative. And so, I mean, dude, we could talk for hours, right?
And we have,
but and we will. But you got the whole process. It's literally, folks. I guess the thing when we first talked, you do video creation for social media for promotion, very much like we create books. It's a done for you process, except for a book, I need you to talk. And for Armando, he needs you to be there when he shows up with his film crew and just follow the process. They do it all.
Hallelujah.
Unbelievable. So how, Armando, where do they go? What's the next step for somebody? Where do they find you? Everywhere, but
if you go, pretty much. If you go to leducentertainment.com, you will find me. And it's a happy accident. So I'm getting my car wrapped because I had brought a guy on my podcast. So another thing, you guys should create a podcast. But I brought him on my podcast. He was like, I should wrap your truck. And so he was going to wrap it. He sent me a proof that said Leduc Entertainment and stuff. And I was showing it to people at the airport. And I said, what do you guys think I do? And they were like, oh, music? Maybe you guys set up for concerts? And I was like, that's not good. So I went back and I was like, hey, people don't really know what I do. And we need to, like, in 3 seconds, need to let them know what it is that we do and how we help. And he came up with the Social Marketing King. And I was like, the Social Marketing King? All right. And I was taken aback for a second. I was like, am I going to call myself the king? And then I was like, yeah, I got over it. Very quickly. I was like, all right, the Social Marketing King. And it was available. So the socialmarketingking.com was available. So I bought, I know. So the socialmarketingking.com and socialmarketingking.com all forward to Leduc Entertainment. So you can remember socialmarketingking.com. And it'll take you to us, and we can, definitely help you.
I like it because that's a lot easier to spell than Leduc Entertainment.
Right? Yeah. Yes, for sure.
Well, this is good. I don't know that I've ever had royalty on Expert Speak, but folks, we are here today with the Social Marketing King, Armando Leduc. It is amazing what you do, and just reach out to him. And I've got all these things in the show notes. You can find us, but the socialmarketingking.com is going to get you where you need to be, and let him really just take you to all new levels by helping you market in the way that in your heart of hearts, it's what you want to do. You've just not found somebody who can help you do it. And I think today you found them. So reach out to him. Armando, brother, thank you. Wow.
Thank you.